On today's episode of the pod, we dive into real American freestyle wrestling. Is it a work?
We talk about exclusive contracts for UFC BJJ.
We dive into more listener questions.
If you're going down and you're going to die, might as well have a gi on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the pod. This is episode 126 of the BJJ Balance podcast. My name is Kenny, and I'm here today with Matt. Matt, what's going on, brother? How you doing? How's your week?
Kenny, we're just living the dream here, you know? I had a good Saturday yesterday. Watched all the combat sports. Watched pro wrestling. Watched
Don't
RAF.
call pro wrestling a combat sport.
It is, Kenny.
No, it's not a sport at all. It's entertainment.
It is entertainment, but it is combat. I watch martial
Combat
arts movies as well. Huh?
Combat entertainment. I'll give you that.
So Friday night, I watched Lionheart, Van Damme. Okay.
Damn.
Because I got
throwback.
That if I told you, you know, so okay, your boy got kind of honey dick this weekend. Okay, we have Girl Scouts. My wife's a troop leader, so your boy can't be in his own house because I'm not fingerprinted. So I have to leave my own home, my own residence, because I can't belong here when other kids are in my house. All good, that's fine. So I take me and the general. We go. We're just rolling about, and I'm looking at TVs. Okay, and I want a TV. My TV's kind of going out. I've had it for over like 11 years. I'm like, it's time to get a new TV for the house. I go to Best Buy. Hey, Best Buy, fuck off. First of all, okay? Hey, dude. I go, I see a TV I like. It looks badass. I'm like, all right. I look at the price, $7.99. Okay. And I'm like, all right. Hey, I'm cool with that. Like, it's in budget. Fine, $7.99. It's like, let's ring it up. The guy's like, do you want to add the sound bar and the woofer, the wireless woofer for like as a bundle at a discounted price? I'm like, fuck yeah. Why not? We go upstairs. I wheel up this big ass TV to the front. We're checking it out. And he goes, grand total $1,700.85. I fucking about shit my fucking pants. I said, what? What? Are you insane? I was like, I thought it was $7.99. He's like, no, brother. He was a Samoan guy. No, brother. That was the desk it was on. Hey, hey, fuck off. Why does Best Buy stagger the price like that? We don't know what you're actually buying. I think it's
the
on
thing would say
purpose.
Samsung on it, not fucking whatever desk maker it is.
Some of them don't even have the writing on them, dude. Some of the prices, the ones that don't have, I'm like, whatever, dude. And he's like, so are we still getting it? I was like, yeah, dude, throw it in the bag, dude. Threw it in the truck. Brought home a $2,000 TV. Wife's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, don't even ask. Put it on, mounted it. You guys were shitting on me. Oh, watch me, I can't even mount this.
You didn't mount it. You just put it on a stand, bro.
I had to
We're talking
assemble the
about wall
stand.
mounting it. Huh?
I had to assemble the stand. Okay.
Ooh.
The way they have my mount and this would be hard to put a wall mount in my built-in custom thing. I have to pull the whole thing out, and I don't want to do that. Cut the wood behind it.
I could do it.
I don't think you could.
Bet you I could.
Challenge.
Bet you. Bet. I'll come over with the real tools.
Come over with the real tools, please. I'll fucking bet you can't. Anyways, so I get that all done. I get it all set up. First movie I watch, Lionheart, Van Damme. And now it's from like 1992, so you can't really see the quality of the TV. Definitely the movie, right. The frame rates. I think I have a better camera now than they used in Hollywood in 1992.
Probably.
And so, like, it was film, you know? So, but I watched that Lionheart, watched wrestling the next day, watched RAF, enjoyed it, watched UFC. It was all about the combat yesterday. Pissed off. I'm in debt now, $2,000. All good.
Love it. Hey, Matt, we had a meeting yesterday with one of the guys from Optiva Wellness. Went out and had some lunch and kind of just talking about things. But I wanted to take a moment right here. I'm going to kind of share something, and I'm going to superimpose some stuff right here when this goes out to the public.
Okay.
But one, I want to say to all the people that listen to the pod and that rock with Matt and I, and that feel like they're connected, you know, to us in one way or another, and trust us enough to like go out on a limb and maybe give peptides a shot and use the company that we're helping to promote. Thank you. Now, Matt and I have always stated since the beginning, when this does grow and we get into a point where we are going to start taking sponsorships and whatnot, that we wanted to make sure that we are aligning ourselves with brands that we believe in and products that we trust. We don't ever want to feel like people are viewing us as grifters or we're trying to get over on them. And when we took this Optiva deal, it was because, one, I was already a peptide user through a different company. I didn't know Optiva existed, to be honest with you. And I swear by him, I was pushing peptides to people, like recommending them to people in the gym that I trained with frequently, because I do believe that they work. And I've had personal experience with them working. So for those of you that have bought from Optiva, used our code, supported us in that way, thank you. But I just wanted to kind of share a personal testimony, and I'll make this short and sweet so it's not too long. When we first partnered with Optiva, I was the biggest that I've ever been. I was 224 pounds, 26% body fat. I would look in the mirror and I would literally get sad. Like I've never been that big. And it's weird because all my weight sits for the most part, like in my midsection, like belly and love handles. And, I've tried, when I compete, I can crash diet for competition. Like there's a goal in mind. It's temporary, but when it comes to discipline with food, I suck. I absolutely suck. I'm not a salad eater. I eat. I have the palate of a toddler. I say that all the time, and it's like, but I can't change it. I'm 42 years old. I'm not. As a kid, I was forced to eat so healthy that as an adult, I rebelled and went the opposite direction and went overboard with it, and I was fortunate that when I was younger, in my early 20s and whatnot, I had a really high metabolism, so I could eat whatever I wanted. And I was skinny, man. I was 180 pounds. I used to wear a medium t-shirt.
Victim weight.
Yeah. Yeah. And after I hit 26, 27, my metabolism, I wouldn't say crashed, but it definitely slowed down. And then I started to put on weight. And then I floated around the 200 to 205 range for 10 years. And the last probably 5 or 6 years, I've been 215, usually 212 to 215. It's kind of been my max weight, even when I was eating bad. But the last few months or a couple months ago, I would say beginning of the year, I was 224. I didn't crack 225, at least ever when I stepped on the scale. But my God, I was just this is not where I want to be. I just felt slow. My energy levels were trash, even on testosterone and all that. And I started on a peptide regimen through Optiva after speaking with Joe over there and him setting me up with the dosages. And this is the stack that we're going to have you on for weight loss. Brother, I am down to 200 and it flows between 211 and 213. So I'm down 11 to 12 pounds.
Yeah.
And I
haven't changed a thing.
And my body fat percentage went from 26% and I'm down to 15%. So I've lost 11% body fat, which is the biggest thing. And
what do you got to say about all those naysayers that say you're cheating, you're doing the wrong thing, this is the easy way out, Kenny. You're gonna eat your muscle away. You know what I mean?
Those are all valid points if you don't understand what it is that I'm doing and you have no idea what you're talking about. Again, the only people that are ever, what's the phrase? You'll never meet someone doing better than you that talks shit on you or something along that's the premise of it. But anybody out there that has any issue with what I'm doing, first of all, one, I don't give a shit. Two, they're probably not in a better spot than I am.
I'm with you on that because I'm where I want to I'm thinking about taking it, but I have these hiccups personally where a lot of people, your boy gets a lot of slander in the DM. So I haven't took it. So
right. And so Matt, up to this point, Matt, you for the longest time, you used to just say on the pod that you were 250, 252, 255-ish or something like that. But there was a point in time where you were above that. And I didn't realize it until you had told me the number. I don't want to bust you out and say the number, whatever, but yeah,
280.
I mean, your boy was creeping on three bills.
I was a sneeze from 3 bills for sure.
And And you've done the hard work. I've personally watched Matt change his diet. I've personally watched Matt, train harder, go to the gym.
When we go out to eat, what do I eat, Kenny? When we were out
salad.
Eating?
I watched it yesterday. Dude ate a salad and then shared it with his kids. I couldn't get my kid to eat salad.
That's all I eat.
Paid her money, but your boy had a pizza. But and that's the thing is that I haven't changed my diet whatsoever. All these peptides have done is kind of stave off my cravings. That I still eat whatever I want. I just when I get to a point where I'm full, like my body is like satiated and it's like you don't need any more food. Like this is all the fuel we need to keep going. Like I stop.
Yeah, I'm thinking about trying it. I really am considering it. I'm thinking about getting on a GLP. I've hit about 233 now from 280 to 233. I don't know that math. I'm not a smart man, but I feel like the last step, to get me to 217 for super heavyweight, that'd be easy for me to do. I'm working on getting my IBJJF card renewed right now. Hopefully good news comes of that here this week where I can be actually qualified for IBJJF, and I'm hoping to compete this summer at super heavy. So I want to get there, and I think I might take the GLP to do that. And I'm sure there'll be haters that saying I used it the whole time, but like you said, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
As long as I feel good about myself. I've had many people. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say the thing you asked about, like, eating muscle and whatnot. There are GLPs that definitely do that. The one that we're on or that I'm on that you're considering taking, that does not cannibalize muscle so long as you prioritize protein in your diet. So, and then there's even other ones that actually boost muscle production that I'm not on yet. So basically right now I'm on a tirzepatide. I'm on a stack of things, but the main thing is tirzepatide, which is a GLP-2. It doesn't cannibalize muscle. I definitely have to prioritize my protein intake. So when it comes to like ordering food, like I'm ordering higher protein items and I'm taking, protein shakes. I for a while I got really good at it and I was cutting Red Bull and I was just replacing that sugar craving with a protein shake. So I was getting a protein, but I was also getting that sugar craving, satiated. And then I wouldn't drink the Red Bull, which was good for me. And I've stopped doing that because I'm a piece of shit and I still have no self-control. So I'm going to try to veer back towards that, but I'm coming to the end of a 12-week cycle of this particular GLP. I'm going to go another 12 weeks, but this second 12 weeks, since I've been able to get close to 210, the second 12 weeks, I'm actually going to really try to dial in my diet, try to make healthier choices when it comes to eating, try not to just eat the same thing I've been eating forever. And if I can actually eat a little cleaner, and then when it comes to my training, when it's off days for jiu-jitsu, it's like, okay, maybe I'm not weightlifting, but at least let's go hit the assault bike in the garage and we'll do some interval rounds. If I do like 5 rounds, 5-6 minute rounds of the assault bike and get that cardio in, on the nights that I'm not training jiu-jitsu, like this could be like, I could dive to the low 2s or high 190s and get into that middle heavy, weight class. And ultimately, I don't know that I necessarily want to go that low, but I want to see if I can get that low and see what I look like at that point. But once I finish this 12 weeks, and once I get to the area that I kind of want to be at, I am going to switch from tirzepatide over to retatrutide, and then try to build a little, I wouldn't say build muscle, but stay lean, but get a little bigger. You know what I mean? Like put a little bit of muscle on and just optimize at that point. So that's my plan. And that's what I'm planning on doing. But I just wanted to say, the guys over at Optiva, I was already using peptides when it came to BPC 157 and TB 500, the healing stuff, the Wolverine stack. I was on ipamorelin and CJC 1295, which is supposed to help promote growth hormone in your body and help you build muscle as well. But that was kind of as deep as I dove into peptides. And Joe over at Optiva is so knowledgeable with this stuff that he's help guide me and direct me down things and it's definitely optimizing who I am. And I wake up in the morning and I look in the mirror and I go to weigh myself and first of all, weighing myself isn't scary anymore. It's how much, how low have I gotten now? What's my body fat at
stand
now?
On it.
Exactly. And then I look in the mirror afterwards and I'm like, fuck, I'm not disgusted. I don't think I look amazing by any stretch of the imagination yet, but I'm not embarrassed to look at myself in the mirror with a shirt off. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. Again, we're only part of the way through the journey, and I'm excited to keep going on this, but I did want to just share that bit and shout out the guys over at Optiva for helping me personally. But also I know that after the conversation we had with Joe, there's listeners that are, you know, getting ready for super fights, and he's got them on some peptides to help them like with their cardio. There's peptides for everything, guys. There's peptides for cognitive function. There's peptides for weight loss. There's peptides for recovery. There's peptides for better, longer cardio. There's peptides to help promote muscle growth. There's peptides. There's so many out there, and they're not steroids. It's totally different. Just look into the basic portion of peptides on YouTube, and you're going to find all kinds of information. But if you have questions about it, reach out to Optiva, use our code BJJ Balance 10 to save 10% off. If you want the gateway, what I call the gateway drug into peptides, the Wolverine stack, it's the CJC 1295. And I'm sorry, it's the BPC 157 and TB 500. It's a healing stack. It helps promote healing in the muscles and ligaments and whatnot. It will. I had really bad tennis elbow, 6 weeks. That shit was gone. I had tried months to get rid of it with exercises and stretching and taking time off of training and all that stuff. Wolverine stack fixed it. That's when I became a believer. But now just with the weight loss and everything else and getting my body fat down and all that, like I'm all in on this. And so if you guys are interested, if you guys are at all, you know, questioning, like, you know, like, I don't know, like I'm training, I'm on testosterone, I'm in my 40s, I'm not cutting the weight like a lot of guys always claim in these testosterone ads, like, I lost 35 pounds on testosterone. Like, I didn't lose any weight on testosterone. I did gain muscle, but I didn't lean out or anything like that. If you're not getting the results that you want with just testosterone, stay on the testosterone. It's definitely a game changer for your health, but also you might just need a little more of something else. And peptides are the way to go. They're so easy to take. Reach out to Optiva. They will get you on the right track. They will guide you in the right direction, and just use our code to save some money. It does help support the pod. It keeps us in a good standing relationship with our sponsor, and you know, they know that we're sending people their way. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that.
I've had, you know, many people reach out to me as a bigger guy and still big guy. I've had people reach out to me and say, man, how are you doing? How are you doing it? And like, no bullshit, no Malibu Max here. Okay. I literally have not tried a GLP. Not yet. I haven't even tried, because being pretty lazy, actually, I've not tried the BBC 157. But when people ask me about it, I tell Kenny's story at this moment. If you've DM'd me, you know that's what I say. Your boy's on BioPro for HGH. I'm on TRT. Been on TRT for a couple years. If you don't eat right on TRT, you'll still get big. Breaking news. That happened to me. Okay. I was taking it. I was feeling strong, but I was big. So you have to do your diet right as well if you're on TRT. I've done that. I've lost a lot of weight. He's on Trizepatide. The only thing I use for Tide is Tide bleach in the laundry room right now. But if you're overweight, there's nothing wrong with taking these things. To me, I've had guys be like, dude, weight is an issue for me. I'm really overweight. I'm not healthy. I'm afraid I'm not going to be there for my kids. How did you lose the weight? My suggestion to you is, why wouldn't you? If you've exacerbated every option, and it's hard, food cravings are hard to defeat. I don't care what Goggins says. Sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes you just can't. You don't, with work and life, you don't have time. Right?
Well, look at what's in our food, Matt. I mean, like this, if you look at what's in American food, it's a lot of chemicals, and a lot of the stuff that's in our food is there to keep you hooked on eating the food.
If you are obese and you're high over 250 and you want to drop pounds, and you're like, man, this stuff's bad for you though. I heard these peptides are bad for you. All this information that might be misinformation. Why wouldn't you say it is? Why wouldn't you take it to drop the pounds, the relieve stress off your heart? Right. You know what I mean? And then reassess. It's okay. It's okay to take these things.
One of the things we had a conversation about yesterday when we were having lunch was how RFK is pushed, I think it's 17 or 21 or something different peptides, and recategorized them from a class 2 to a class, I think 1 or something like that, to where they can now compound them in pharmacies. So now they're going into pharmaceutical testing because he's a believer in them. And
we're chubby, man. We're a chubby society. America, we are so overweight compared to other countries.
We didn't used to be, though. Look at you see the videos in the 50s of kids working out at high schools, and they're just jacked, all of them. Yeah. It's what the fuck happened to that, bro?
Money and comfort and bad food to keep us weak. That's what happened. But yeah, like, so check out
your life back, guys. Take your fucking life back.
Check out Optiva Wellness. Even though and you'll lose weight. The root will look bigger, but it feels the same. I promise. That's what the wife says. This looks better for you, you know?
Oh, I was saying the other day, the couple weeks ago, you said, I said, arching your back isn't the only way to give her an extra half an inch.
Grippy socks. Yeah.
Grippy socks, bro. Grippy socks and a back arch.
You know what I did?
You went and bought some grippy socks.
I've been married. You make a home video every once in a while, you know?
You went to Sky Zone?
I made a home video. You know what I mean? I said this in the group chat. Hey, we have a new thing. What's it called? Hanging with the boys. You should check that on Instagram, on the BJJ Balance thing. Kenny will post a link. I said, hey, go on the crank zone every once in a while to a home video, dude, and just stare at yourself, though. Love yourself today, guys. Take some peptides. You know? Did you watch RAF?
I did. I was going to say, yeah. I watched RAF last night. Matt and I were texting back and forth about it, and all of a sudden I get a text message from you, from my buddy Russ, who's the coach for Warhead Wrestling up in Northern California. Excellent kids wrestling program. If you're in the Folsom or El Dorado Hills area, check them out. And I get multiple text messages from you guys, and it's just like, dude, a fight just broke out, blah, blah, blah. And I go back and I watch. No, I was fortunate that I happened to catch an angle, not from the show itself, but from Sean O'Malley's cameraman today, where he goes to O'Malley and he swings back over to the fight. Matt, this shit's looking a little too pro wrestling.
Okay, so now, this is where Kenny, your argument stands. Kenny says this is a work. It's not a shoot. It's fake. It's wrestling. And this is where you might have a case, okay? I'm going to give you where you might have a case, but then I'm going to say why I don't think you do. Okay?
Well, I'm going to add to your case before you go into why you don't think you do, because I might hit you with some new information that you didn't know.
All right. I think you might have a case because Eric Bischoff is the old owner or GM, general manager or whatever it is, CEO of...
For those that aren't fucking nerds, who is that?
He's WCW, World Championship Wrestling. He was the old guy, and he went for 83 weeks, which we were catching you in the podcast, by the way. He has a podcast called 83 Weeks. 83 Weeks, WCW beat WWE. And how did they do it? They went from gimmick wrestling, which is like WWE would have like plumbers and fucking Yokozuna and like a trash truck guy and a clown as wrestlers. Right. WCW went more real in the 90s, and they created the NWO. And it was more of like an invasion. And it felt like old guys who expired WWE contracts, they would sign them, not tell people. And then you thought it was WWE versus WCW. And they'd be like, you thought it was real. Like they made it like realistic fights and brawls in the backstage. So, but this is pre-UFC. And look, UFC hadn't took off yet. So people didn't know. Kayfabe was still kind of a thing. Okay. So on brand, and he's running RAF now. Him and Hulk Hogan purchased RAF with another guy. I don't know the guy's name. Sorry about that. But Hulk Hogan, wrestler, Eric Bischoff, promoter, bought RAF. Okay. And so like to say that it would be a work, this is on brand. It's on brand for Eric Bischoff to do something like this. It's on brand for them to like create ratings and create hysteria. And I do believe to an extent, you're right. I do think that he wants the energy, he wants to, much like BMAC has said, he wants the personalities, right?
Right.
But I watched the video too from O'Malley. Now look, these guys it was his dad punching, bro. It was Giorgio's dad. He's an old man. Of course the punches
was getting punched.
Of course, by arm on, but like there were real punches.
The clip that I showed you was the punches that were being pulled was Giorgio getting punched.
He was busted open, Kenny.
Punched in the ribs.
Yeah, look at. Another case you have is in a room full of wrestlers. They were all throwing hands. No one shot a single leg at all.
Right.
So there's another.
We saw no wrestling.
No wrestling, dude.
Here's the other thing. Here's the little thing you might not know. A little birdie told me, and there's some speculation that is floating around, that this was all set up by Cejudo as a work, because he knew that when that text messages started going out, like, oh my God, you see what's going on at RAF? The people that weren't already watching were texting their boys that are into this stuff, into wrestling, into, collegiate or freestyle wrestling, and they're getting on and now watching it. And that brings eyes to that particular event, and Cejudo was coming right up.
I don't think it's. I still don't think it's a word. I get what you're saying. Scrums help. Scrums help everything. I don't think it is a work. I don't. I think they want that. I think they're going to run with it for sure. Eric Bischoff's no idiot when it comes to this kind of stuff. But I don't think it was planned. Giorgio was getting high. Like, why would Giorgio lose then? Because Arman's not going to be wrestling for the RAF permanently.
I don't think permanently, but I think this sets up a rivalry that he'll come back for. Giorgio's already pushing for the rematch.
Yeah, that's true. That's another tell too. Like, hey, bro, gotta let it settle a little bit. Look, right. I said O's Nation Fight Club a couple weeks ago. All right, and I knew, and this was the blueprint that I was actually said would work. So
I think
you could be right, Kenny. You could be right. You could be right.
This was in the cards already. I think what they did was they did the first 5 RAFs traditional style. Let's give it a big pop. Let's give it an exciting background for these guys to walk out to. Let's give them the hype music. Let's really lean into the social media promos, all that stuff, right? Let's get the wrestling fans, the freestyle wrestling fans hooked on watching this. They've wanted freestyle wrestling on this level their whole lives, and now we're giving it to them. So now that we got them hooked, we got to get people that are outside of here. So now what do we do? Oh, we're going to bring in some UFC guys for some of these matches, because that'll start to get a draw from the guys that are UFC fans, but they are grappling fans as well. That'll pull them over. Then we get some fighting going on and some drama, and now you're going to get the WWE fans or professional wrestling fans start to take a little bit of interest as well. And if they can start to develop these people, these guys that have a good social media following, like a Giorgio, like a Muggsy, and really build on these guys' brands. And here's the thing. Muggsy's a smart guy, right? Is he the greatest freestyle wrestler ever? Oh, hell no. You know what I mean? He'll admit that. But he's got a shot here because of his platform that he's built to actually be competitive, right? Get some matches. And all that does, it's another satellite broadcasting his existing signal out there even further and making his star brighter and bigger. And so he's all in on it because he's just like, one, it's good for wrestling, which I agree with. As a guy who loves freestyle wrestling, I think this is good for freestyle wrestling if it doesn't go hokey. 2, it's good for Muggsy's brand itself because it's just more exposure for him, and it's going to get more eyes on him, and it's going to make him from an internet celebrity into a real deal celebrity. You know what I mean? He's going to go from social media celebrity to, probably B or, a B, I would say B, which is not, I mean, fuck, if I was a B-list celebrity, that's still money making. You know what I mean? Like, do I think he's ever going to be A-list, Brad Pitt? No. But something's better than nothing. You know what I mean? So I think this is
everything you're saying is making sense. Okay. But I've a lot of guys in my video kind of did a couple clips. I was the first one to post a fight in the world. Like guaranteed no one posted that fight before me. I just took my live and posted it right away. A lot of traditionalists in the wrestling community are mad because like, this is not what we like. This is bad for the sport. And to that, I say, no one was watching your sport. Okay. And I saw Olympians like Kurt Angle, one of the greatest wrestlers who ever lived, and Ben Askren, all these well-documented, amazing wrestlers, high credentials, kind of shitting on Giorgio, kind of shitting on this. And to me, I'm like, an Olympian did not bring wrestling back. Okay. A high collegiate athlete did not bring wrestling back. A great MMA wrestler like Bo Nickel did not bring wrestling back. You know who brought wrestling back? Influencers brought wrestling back. Just like Jake Paul helped rejuvenate boxing, which has been dead since Floyd Mayweather got old. That is facts. And for like these high level guys to kind of shit on these influencers, it's kind of dumb. You should weaponize these influencers to help build your brand. So for all you guys need to realize, like, and for everybody's like, I don't like this circus show and this. Well, then go watch high school wrestling because you're not going to be able to see it on TV ever. Or you'll be able to see it every 4 years in the Olympics at 3 a.m.
Right.
If you want to see it on a per basis, on like every other weekend or once a month, we got to make it fun. And you got to make it palatable for the normal guy. And this is how you do it. You make super fights you want to see. You make Chamaya versus Bo Nickel in wrestling. Why the fuck wouldn't you want to do that? That's the next one. Right. I want to see that right now. I've been wanting to see Bo Nickel wrestle for 3 years. I've seen highlights of him at Penn State and how great he was. I've seen him suplex Gordon Ryan, but I've never seen him actually wrestle in MMA. I want to see him put a singlet on, paste his fucking root on the side of his leg, and then fucking shoot a double and see how good this wrestling is against Hamzat. That's what I want to see.
Right.
You don't need to, there's be no speculation there. Just this was traditional. I want to see what happens.
When are we going to get Jordan Burroughs into this thing?
That's next, bro. That's the one. That's it. That's it. That's their, I would say that's their LeBron, right? That's their Jordan.
For sure.
Like you get Burroughs lined up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have him come in. You got to get him somebody. You got to give Jordan Burroughs somebody that he can just eat real quick. Showcase.
Right. Where he can do the flashy stuff that like brings it like, oh shit, you know, he's just souffleing motherfucker. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
Well, like Giorgio got taken down last night. They didn't count a takedown on it, which is crazy because it should have, because he totally got taken down. But he got blast doubled. Now, I normally see Giorgio get blast doubled by pools and he never falls in the water. And I'm like, damn, this guy never goes in the water. He's always doing these take me down in pool areas. He lives in a nice mansion or something. Yeah. But he got taken down. Now, so imagine if he didn't get taken down. And then Burroughs comes in like, I'm next. He's like, take me down. And then just cuts away. RAF 9. Holy shit. I'm in. Yeah. I mean, you don't need the fights. They didn't need it before. That's why I don't think it's a work. They didn't need it before. It's already been growing great the last 5 events. It's been good. I was excited to watch it before I even knew they were going to fight tonight. Just off the influencers. I knew Muggsy was wrestling. I know who that is. I'm sorry. I didn't know who any of these other wrestlers are. Except Muggsy, Giorgio, and the MMA fighters that were fighting.
You got a good point there.
You need it.
Yeah.
Look at BMAC. BMAC's doing the same thing. He's got Sean Melanson, who was a good jiu-jitsu guy, but he's also a big following. You don't think that's not going to benefit his organization that he's creating?
Right.
I just think it's important. I think it's important for influencers to help build what we need for combat sports. In general, we need Jake Paul. He helped boxing. We need these guys like Giorgio and Muggsy to help bring back wrestling. And I don't know what Karate Combat does, but it would be really cool if Liu Kang fucking did some of that. You know what I mean? we want to see this to help build the sports. And when you got companies like UFC BJJ, I think everybody wants to make money right now so fast, but it's hampering the growth of the sport. When we got companies like UFC BJJ just giving you legit, authentic, good grapplers, but no one knows who they are, that hurts the sport. When they have UFC BJJ locking guys into like exclusive contracts, that hurts the athlete and that hurts the sport. Now I get it. You're not making any money in jiu-jitsu, and only if you win in these tournaments, and now you can get a little bit of guaranteed money. That'd be hard. If jiu-jitsu is all you do, that'd be hard to turn down. So like if you want the guaranteed cash, whatever they're offering, I don't even know the contracts, what they're offering. That's fantastic. I get that. But in the long term of the sport, not letting your athletes go out there and expand and do other events is I think it hurts jiu-jitsu in the long run. What say you, Kenny?
Realistically, I think that influencers, and I'm not just saying this because I or you or us are them. I mean, got 2,500 followers. I wouldn't really say much of an influencer, but I do think that they're important. I think that obviously people like Muggsy, people like Giorgio have, I would say initially, maybe their intention wasn't to grow wrestling. Maybe the intention was just to grow their own brand. And they were just using wrestling as kind of like this is a skill set that I have and this is going to get me somewhere. And I don't even think that Muggsy's was intended to do that. I mean, I really do think
I think he was just low singling guys in the beach.
Yeah. And he caught fire and he was smart enough to roll with it.
Sometimes you walk into one. So
right.
In life, sometimes you walk in, whoa, I might have something here.
Right.
And you got to be able to capitalize on that.
And I think that was absolutely genius of him to do so. And I think that through the connections he's made through wrestling, through the brand deals that he's gotten from it, you know what I mean? These wrestling companies are reaching out to him, like, let me get you on, let me throw you some free gear. Let me throw you some shoes. Let me fly you out for this event to be just a celebrity in the crowd kind of a thing. And he's going out to these wrestling tournaments and he's watching them and kids are coming up to him and they're shaking his hand, taking pictures with him, getting autographs. And he's like, people in the wrestling community respect what you're doing and appreciate what you're doing. And you don't have to be at the top of this level. You're bringing exposure to the sport that is losing wrestling programs in college and it was on the cusp of losing being an Olympic sport. The oldest Olympic sport was going to lose being an Olympic sport because people didn't care. Mm-hmm. People care now.
Jordan Burroughs is arguably people's GOAT. He is the guy right now. Jordan Burroughs walked into your local grocery store and Muggsy walked into your grocery store.
There's a better shot at people recognizing Muggsy.
Well, who would you put money that someone's going to recognize more?
Muggsy.
Now, I would not even question it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Skill set aside, you need eyeballs, period.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the exclusive contracts is going to do nothing but hurt exclusive contracts for jiu-jitsu fighters is going to hurt jiu-jitsu in the long run. Even though I get make your money, if they're going to pay you, if you're making a good contract and they're going to pay you like on like a 3-year basis, you're guaranteed money and medical, like then I get that 100%. Get your bread, but not letting your fighters do ADCC and because when the fighters come out UFC BJJ, they're like 3-time ADCC champion, this, that they have all their credentials next to their name. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, now you're not letting them do that. So you're still taking the clout from all these major tournaments, but you're not letting them actually go pursue them to up their brand, to bear their brand. Sometimes even in the fake pro wrestling, a wrestler is not getting over. WWE won't give him push. They don't see what this guy's got, right? Like there's a wrestler called Killer Cross, and the fans love him. He's actually a jiu-jitsu brown belt. Okay. Carrying cross. The fans love him. They want him over. They chant his name, but for some reason WWE doesn't want to get the guy over. They cut him. Now he's in the indies. This happens all the time. This happened to Drew McIntyre, all these guys. And now they go and they build up their brand and then they come back and they're huge. Happened to Cody Rhodes. Same thing. You don't know any of these names, but all I'm saying is sometimes you got to be able to, That's your son. Now he's like the biggest wrestler in the world right now. Yeah. Sometimes you got to leave and go on the indies and come back and be like, man, this guy's so over, and come back as a new person. And if you get exclusive contracts in the UFC BJJ, you might never get the push you want.
As well.
Yeah. No, Rock was always there, but Rock left with movies and came back. But yeah, Rock sucked at first. At first, no one liked him.
Yeah, he was part of that
Nation
all like
domination.
Yeah.
So the first Rocky Maivia, they called him that. It was his grandfather's name, High Chief Peter Maivia, and they didn't know who he was, and no one liked him. Rocky sucks chant. They're trying to make a baby face out of him. He went away for like 2 months, came back, and was kind of the Rock, and they put him with Farouk. Man, look at your boys. You're just getting a wrestling pot out of me right now. And then they kind of built him as a heel. He was better as a heel. He's better talking shit than he was smiling and kissing babies.
Right.
So, but sometimes you have to leave the organization and then build your brand and come out. Now, if these UFC fighters are only wrestling on these UFC cards and they can't get fights, like I'm okay with signing an exclusive contract with UFC BJJ if you are already a UFC, like a name, like a Varela. Okay, he's going to be fighting every UFC BJJ as long as he's healthy, right? If you're like a no-name guy, you're like, oh, you're not on this card. Sorry, bud. Oh, all right. How are you supposed to build your brand if you can't compete everywhere else, if you can't build your resume? So to lock in a permanent organization, I think your resume has to be really good. So people know who you are. Nicholas Marigali, you want to lock in at UFC BJJ? Fine. You're already a legend. You're already world champion. You already have all these accolades. That's fine. But like, if you're just like James Craigery or whatever the fuck, some shitty guy, and like you're good at jiu-jitsu, but no one really knows. You only got 1,300 followers, and like you're just hoping to get on a card, and they're like, sorry, there's no room for you on this card. Like, now you're stuck. Like, don't do that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I think that if you're the UFC BJJ and you are saying, okay, this is the last year we're going to allow our guys to do ADCC, and you're not giving a justification for it, to me, that tells me that your brand is hurting and you are afraid to compete with somebody like ADCC or CJI. For a couple of reasons. One, ADCC, you probably already pay your guys more than the ADCC guys are making to win. So it's not a money thing. I think it's a brand thing with that one. You don't like that a brand out there has more prestige than you. And that's what the UFC, when it came to MMA, was always trying to prevent. We cannot let Bellator get bigger than us. We cannot let one get bigger than us. Usually they just end up buying out the competition once they get big enough to prevent that. Then they absorb them and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're coming into the game when it comes to jiu-jitsu late.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that think for themselves might be saying maybe they're trying to capitalize on the jiu-jitsu money train at this point because they see the writing on the wall that it is going to pop.
These old heads I think jiu-jitsu is doing better on letting there's not really a lot of great content creators in jiu-jitsu space. Like wrestling, and there's no Jake Paul, there's no Muggsy, even though I'm one, I am not them. Not even close.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
There's nobody like just taking over that much. Craig Jones, probably the biggest content creator in jiu-jitsu, and he's established. No one's going to question his skill set. We don't really have that. And when
even
we
your
do
best
find
guy, Gordon
do
is
have
trash at content creation, bro.
he sucked, yeah.
Gordon's not making anything that anybody can. All they care about is you winning, dude. Nobody likes his content.
Yeah,
you're not funny.
Man. You're too political. Like, hey man, breaking news. Don't get political, dude.
Your voice, it's not anything that's drawing anybody in. It's not like you give these amazing motivational speeches or anything like that. Like,
so outside Aussie.
Yeah, it's fuck, dude.
I'm the best in the world, and basically, no
one wants.
Nobody can touch me. No,
so
Craig.
Exclusive contracts if you have a name. Otherwise, stay free, bro, and build your brand.
I don't know if you saw next UFC BJJ, they're spending some money. They snagged Nicky Rod.
Smart.
They needed somebody that big, and they needed to stop putting all their eggs in the Mikey Musumeci basket, because the reality is,
look, we have Giorgio fighting Arman, and then 2 weekends before, we had Mikey Musumeci sharing noodles with another fucking guy, like eating it. Right. Come on, man.
Right. A little lady in the trunk.
Alpha the jiu-jitsu up, dude. This is the wrong guy. Now, a shout out for Mikey saying that gi was better than no gi, because you're right. I've been saying that for years. Just the foot entanglements is the only thing that changes it up. But like, hey man, can we stop the jiu-jitsu gay shit? I'm over it. Like, even like, and it's funny. I get it. Even Clayton from Level Black was in the DMs sending us stuff like, this meme's right itself. And they do. You're right. They do. And it would be funny. But I refuse to make gay jiu-jitsu memes anymore, because I'm tired of it. Because we need to alpha our shit up, dude. Quit fucking having I don't want to be the guard pool of combat sports anymore, dude. Even though our sport's the one that has the guard pool in it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's, I I don't know. Everybody when the UFC made that announcement and Claudia Gadelha came out. First of all, Claudia Gadelha is
she's not the one.
God, can we get somebody else in there? And it's not a woman thing or anything like that. Look, Claudia Gadelha fan personally. No, no secret about it, right? Not the one. You need somebody in there that nobody in jiu-jitsu and current like jiu-jitsu space really gives a shit about her jiu-jitsu credentials.
No.
You know what I mean?
I would
honestly, I would say that Mackenzie Dern holds more credibility in the jiu-jitsu space.
It should be Matt Serra. Matt Serra's already close to Dana White. Matt Serra should be running UFC BJJ. He's got a personality. He talks. He's already got podcasts, push. Like, how hard is it, guys? Like, I don't understand who's hiring these people. I don't understand who's running HR in these organizations. And like, there are plenty of guys in this space that could push your brand, and you're not using it. You refuse. Maybe Matt Serra turned the job down. I don't know. But all I know is Claudia Gadelha hasn't done anything in 10 years, and you're just going to give her this job?
Right.
Like, and guess what? We don't want to see her in a pantsuit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that they definitely, from the commission down. Let's talk about their commentary team. You have Dean Thomas, which, great. I like Dean. And Dean shows up to PGF. Dean has a great wrestling background. I mean, a grappling background, and he's a good guy on the mic. Cool. You've got Michael Chiesa. I wouldn't say that he's jiu-jitsu. He's a grappler, but I wouldn't say that he's not an accomplished jiu-jitsu person. BMAC is far more credible in that role, in my opinion. And he's the best broadcaster in the jiu-jitsu space, hands down. So I don't know if it was offered to him and he's like, hey, I'm busy with PGF. I can't do this. Don't know. But that's who I would put my money on. But then the third guy, who the fuck is this guy? Is this your BJJ Anik, where it's like he's not a fighter and he's just like a color he's not a color comment. He's your analyst or whatever. But nobody knows who he is. So how are you going to be an analyst if you're not a grappler? Because you don't understand the sport. He's constantly asking Dean Thomas questions. He's constantly asking Michael Chiesa questions as far as the technicality of it. It's a lot more of a nuanced sport than traditional MMA. You only have to know little bits and pieces of basic grappling to kind of have an understanding of grappling in MMA. But when we're talking like high level sport jiu-jitsu, it's way too complex to have just a nobody being that third guy. You got to have somebody in there that is, and there's a ton of guys in the jiu-jitsu space that already hold that position and have a knowledge of it that I think are better suited for the role.
Yeah.
I think that from top to bottom, UFC BJJ has just picked the wrong people for the jobs, and you have an opportunity to do better, and you're shutting out the most prestigious submission grappling organization in the world. You're shutting your players out from or your athletes out from that competition. It's been the Olympic. It's been constantly declared as the Olympics of the submission grappling world for decades now. And you're going to shut your people off from competing in that. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are so scared that ADCC is going to hold more prestige than you, because it does now, and it probably always will. So unless you're going to buy out the ADCC, which you won't, you just need to. This is stupid. This is fucking stupid. This just proves that you don't have the right people in the job, because they have no clue what the fans of jiu-jitsu want. And that is your core base. You got to stop. Like, you have to obviously market to people outside of the jiu-jitsu space and hopefully pick up some casuals, but you're never going to do that if you don't capture the jiu-jitsu core fan base from the beginning. So pull your fucking head out of your ass, UFC BJJ. I feel like every time an event happens with UFC BJJ, I have to shit on it.
I feel like it's a write-off. I feel like they're using it as a write-off.
Possibly.
It's like the
but you're buying the best guys in the fucking sport, and it's like the WNBA.
It's like how NBA uses the WNBA as a write-off. I feel like they're doing that, and that's kind of
crashing jiu-jitsu, and that's what's pissing me off.
It's pissing me off, dude.
You suck at promoting your fights. You make your UFC BJJ cards on a Wednesday, on a Wednesday? Dude, you guys don't do fight nights. UFC fight nights are on Saturdays now. Put UFC
At least with
BJJ on a Friday.
PGF is on Wednesdays, but it's every Wednesday.
Right.
Boom,
It's a
boom,
league.
boom. So it's a league. That's fine. But you're setting up like a pay-per-view, like this crazy event Wednesday night. People driving home from work, dude.
Or Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday, but it's random Thursday. No, my whole algorithm is guns and jiu-jitsu. That's it. Guess who doesn't know when the last 3 fucking UFC BJJ events happened and I missed them because 1, I'm driving home from work while they're going on. You start them at 4 p.m. 2, it's on a fucking Thursday. 3, you guys suck at advertising it, so I didn't know it was coming up anyway until our group chat starts going like, oh, hey, by the way, did you guys see that submission? I'm like, oh, shit. And then I go turn it on and I've missed half the card.
Yeah.
You guys have done nothing right. Nothing right with UFC BJJ. From top to bottom, you guys have done everything wrong. Fucking fix it. I want it to be good. I want to be able to sing the praises of UFC BJJ. I want to. But you guys botch every fucking aspect of it, and it sucks. Your promotion sucks. Fix it.
Yeah.
We got questions, Matt.
But while you look at the questions, hey, I want to shout out Full Tilt Jiu-Jitsu. Okay.
Dope
These
belt.
boys have hooked up Kenny and I. Kenny paid for it. Suck.
I paid for mine. Fuck you.
No, but anyway, hey, these belts are legit. Double weave pearl, custom, embroidered O's Nation in it for me. They embroidered my degrees. You can have like different like checkers. You can have like a wave or any kind of thing on your red bar here. With the instructor bars on the side. Like it's a great belt. Like I can't be more happy. They can customize the length that you want your belt. And the price isn't crazy. So like for good work, to have a good legit belt, a lot of people go, oh, I'm only a blue belt. I shouldn't get that belt. Why not? Who cares, dude? Like I'm all about expressing yourself. In jiu-jitsu, you should be able to express yourself. And especially if you're on one of those teams that doesn't allow you to express yourself because you have to wear what they want to wear, express yourself with the belt. Why wouldn't you? So full tilt jiu-jitsu, go check them on Instagram. Link in their bio.
Because they probably make you buy a fucking Gracie Baja belt as well.
Oh, dang. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But yeah, Full Tilt Jiu-Jitsu, guys. Check him out. I'm so happy with this belt. It's absolutely fantastic.
I got a dope one too. I got a purple belt. It says Freak Party on it, embroidered in black. And I've got the checkered bar because I'm checkmat and it's dope. And I fucking love it. And everybody that sees my belt's like, that's fucking so sick.
Bro, yeah. I wore it the other day. I was like, man, that's sick. Like, dude, if you want a custom belt, full tilt jiu-jitsu, check them out.
Yeah, it's a one of one every time. Yep. This question here, we're going to burn through these because we're eating into the clock and we still have After the Roll. So join us for After the Roll if you want more of this. This is from Of the Bull. Matt, when are you going to super fight against Chewy?
Look, guys, I don't know. I don't think we're going to. I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, I don't know if there's a market for that. I would. But, you know, like I've talking about, I look up to the guy as a content creator. I look up to the guy in jiu-jitsu. Like I've been following him since I was little. I would love to fight. Go against Chewy, see what happens. I'm not scared to jiu-jitsu anybody. But yeah, he's a legend in the content creation space. It'd be an honor. But as of now, not
I'll give him just due in the past to say he's not a world champion. I was absolutely wrong there. He's a fucking
He's a world champion. On paper, your boy's a dog.
Yeah.
Underdog. Whatever, dude. Full send.
Mark Legaction, double Western bacon or double quarter pounder? Double Western bacon.
Quarter pounder.
Quarter pounder. Nope. There's nothing McDonald's makes as good.
That's not true. I've never been a Western bacon guy. I like Carl's more than McDonald's though. But yeah. I'm a superstar guy. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a barbecue sauce onion ring guy.
Double Big Carl.
Yeah, Big Carl greater than a hot Carl.
100%.
You don't want one of those, dude.
You don't want to be the recipient of a hot Carl either. But I will definitely receive a Big Carl.
Hot Carl or Dirty Sanchez, dude. Stay away. Yeah, definitely. I'll agree. Double Western. I'm not a big fan of the burgers at McDonald's either.
Yeah. Reckless 10P. Can we get our boy Kenny in a super fight on PGF Worlds?
Who
against
Kenny?
Who?
Oh,
I'm barely a purple belt.
Oh, hear me out. Kenny Wilson. Rafa Esparza.
We're both purple belts. He's been a purple belt longer than me.
Oh my goodness.
Clip it. B-Mac. Set it up.
That'll put some butts in the seats. I don't know what's funny. Are you clapping like that? Yay! Fucking, oh, dude.
Who the fuck are these guys? The Connor memes would come out.
Oh, shit.
Who the fuck is this?
Fucking talk about a bathroom break.
Rafa Esparza versus Kenny Wilson.
Both great guys. Both good at what they do. Fantastic. But I don't know if anybody's lining up to see their jiu-jitsu. I don't know if he's lining up to see my.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the love. I appreciate that you want to see me have a super fight on fucking national broadcast. But bro, no.
I don't know.
My mom is tuning in, and that's probably.
I don't know if the world wants to see that yet. Both decent followings though. I bet you. I look at it right here. I bet you we could build Roth versus Kenny. We could make that more. I could get so much. I could Oast Nation Fight Club this so good that I could get a bigger viewing than two no-name high-level wrestlers on RAF.
Probably.
Bet you. I could build it. Roth cutting promos on his shit over there. We're cutting promo shit over here. Oh man, we can make it happen. Set it up.
Big Loesch 945 opinion on certain gyms allowing face cranks during rolls or strictly for competition.
I don't know what a face crank is, dude, but fucking
neck
do
crank?
it. Neck crank, probably. Yeah, whatever. Neck cranks, you shouldn't be doing it at the lower belts, but whatever, dude. Cross faces and shit. Like, dude, I'm fucking jiu-jitsu should be mean. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it, bro. Like, tap if it hurts. Hey, here's the thing. If it hurts, you can tap.
This is from Samurai AJJ. This is a black belt over at Sheepdog Response Academy in Weatherford, Texas. He said, women's only this safe space that is the only true safe space, a men's only school.
Well, I know Kenny for sure.
Women's only this safe space that is there. Yeah.
I know I like the women's class, but a men's only academy. Like, I don't think women would like that very much. I'm okay with it. I can see why not. Like, you're predominantly mostly men anyways. I know Kenny, when he opens a gym, wants to do a no kids gym, an adults only gym, which we've seen Blackout Grappling does an adult only gym. So yeah, why not? It's your gym, it's your business. You can do what you want. You right to refuse service to anyone, I guess, right? But there's a space for females in your gym. You have good girls in your gym. They're great content creators, dude. It's good. It's good business. So, I mean, I will do a co-ed gym with kids class when I do. I'll do the full thing, but it's your gym. You can do whatever you want, but it's not a bad idea. It definitely would eliminate. You would definitely couldn't catch a case. That's for sure.
Right. Amputee Mafia. Any amputees y'all ever roll with? I feel like this guy same guy's asked this question before. Yes, brother. We have
Wally,
a dog. Wally's a fucking dog, bro.
We're with Wally. He is a monster among men, and if you know what I mean, if in different circumstances, he would be teaching the damn class. That's how tough he is.
Yeah. So, and he's a double amputee.
He's 6'5". One time I walked up, Wally had his prosthetic on, and he was standing over the railing at the damn tournament. I'm like, who the hell is that guy? It's Wally. I'm always seeing him sitting down, you know?
Yeah.
In his wheelchair. The guy's tall. I remember I've said this many times. I have a funny story about Wally. I don't know if I can say it. I got to get it for next time. Maybe I'll talk about after the roll. Yeah, stay tuned after the roll. I'll have a funny story about Wally after the roll.
Big D's. Did y'all watch the IBJJF Nogi Grand Prix? I thought the Gi Super Fight stole the show.
I didn't watch it, but I wouldn't be surprised that the Gi stole the show. Collar drags, takedowns, inside trips. Like after watching RAF last night, what makes RAF so good is the takedowns. Everybody's going shooting for doubles and takedowns. Takedowns are more fun than double butt pulls.
Right. I agree.
Period. So maybe create a jiu-jitsu organization that allows leg locks, but you can only hit them from top position. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like you can fall to a knee bar, fall back to it, but so it forces guys to do the wrestling and take them. So that's what jiu-jitsu and the gi does, forces takedowns and collar grips, and you have to break grips before you can drop to a foot.
I think that more organizations should adopt the ADCC mindset where the first half of the match you can't sit guard and you have to do a takedown.
Yeah, I mean, it works. I mean, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not surprised. I don't pay for things, guys. Breaking news. I don't pay. So I didn't watch the Grand Prix, but I did hear that it was pretty entertaining. And some of the Checkmate guys did pretty good. So shout out to them.
This is our second to last question. This is from Chad Rybar, the zombie. Do you think jiu-jitsu belongs in the Olympics, or do you think it'll get watered down like Hodger stated?
He said jits. Don't fucking let him get away with that.
Well, I don't want to say that. So
I don't like people that say the word jits. Okay. Bugs me. I said that last week.
In all fairness, though, there is a limited amount of space to write the questions. He may have.
That is true. Okay. You get a pass, Chad. I think the more exposure to jiu-jitsu, the better. It will get watered down. It's going to get watered down regardless. So we might as well freaking let the world know how great it is. So I wouldn't be mad at putting in Olympics. I'd rather have like a World Cup type deal. I think CJI or somebody should adopt every like 3 years or the World Cup version. So you could have Brazil team, you could have a USA team, you could have a Australia, Asia team, you could have a Europe. And then we could see like a CGI World Cup would be much better than just the Olympics. I think that'd be better.
I agree with that. Last question. This is from Joe over at Optiva Wellness. He says, what is more cringe? A no-gi kit and Crocs with your socks to your local gym to lift weights, or wearing gi pants and a gi top, no belt tied, while driving to jiu-jitsu?
Okay, first
follow-up question. Hold on. Follow-up question.
Okay.
Of the two, which ghost clothes would you prefer?
Okay. I'm gonna disclaimer: women and children under the age of 8 have a pass. You can wear your gear in the car. Disclaimer, because a lot of people have places where you can change. Okay, so there's your disclaimer. But if you're a grown ass man, you shouldn't be wearing any gear to the gym. If you're working out in your no gi kit, that's gay. Gay shit. If you're wearing Crocs, you're just trying to piss me off, is what you're trying to do. Like, I hope Those Nation guy sees this, because you're just pissing me off. I have probably the coolest gis there is. I get them all the time. Blessed man. I could be wearing the sickest level gi ever. Level black gi ever. And then all of a sudden, as soon as I gotta go to my truck real quick and grab something real quick, grab a shirt for somebody. If I walk out, as soon as I step 1 foot outside the gym in my gi, I feel retarded. I'm like, dude, I am not cool. There is nobody saying like, look at this guy. He's a black belt. I look like a black belt karate guy. So you should definitely never wear any gi. What's worse? Would I rather be caught in? If I'm going to die, I'm going to die in the gi. Okay. Here lies Matt in the gi. I'm going to haunt some people. I'm going to be rattling fucking lapels, not fucking wearing a Arashi and Crocs. You ain't scaring nobody. That's worse. I'd rather have at least I can have the big lapels, like chase people around, I guess.
Bro,
don't wear gi.
Bro, no-gi kit with Crocs, you add a bike helmet and you're special needs 100%.
Bro, that's bad.
So
I know, definitely not.
I agree with Matt on all that. I don't need to dive into that take.
Wear gi, bro. If you have ghost clothes, preferred ghost clothes, you never see any butt naked ghosts. And you know what? You never see any butt naked ghosts. And most people die naked.
Most people die naked?
Well, I mean, there's probably a good amount of people who die naked, taking a shit on the toilet. You know what I mean? Like your pants down to your ankles. You never see a ghost walking around with pants.
What do you think Elvis's ghost clothes are? He died on the toilet, yeah?
A lot of people do. Your boy almost died on the toilet. I almost died on the toilet. You heard about that story? I almost died on the shitter.
You almost died on the shitter?
Yeah. When your boy had the darkness got me.
After the roll.
Okay.
After the roll.
Okay. All right. After the roll.
You want to catch these two stories, Wally and this story? After the roll.
After the roll. All right. Fair enough. You think what I'm thinking?
Aim for the bushes, brother.
Aim for the bushes. My name is Matt, Host Nation BJJ. Follow me on all my platforms. Follow Kenny at Freak Party BJJ. Follow BJJ Balance everywhere. Discord. We have Hanging with the Boys now. He'll post a link on that. That's cool. You've seen a lot of guys who are currently on the PGF talking shit to each other. If you want a little behind the scenes of PGF, Hanging with the Boys, you get that there. You got them driving in their car and all that kind of stuff. Maybe some male frontal nudity. It's crazy in there. So check out that. Follow us everywhere. Follow us on YouTube, all the social medias. We appreciate you guys. Give our sponsors a follow. We don't need to talk about them anymore, but give them a follow because they're good dudes. My name is Kenny. This is Matt. I said that backwards. Have a good one, everybody. Boss.